wheat is 100% you should avoid it in your plate because it is gluten. And the second one, you're talking about the brown rice. It is grown organically. That can be done. That is a healthy option for you. But when it comes to the millet cleans your gut system. The rice doesn't do that. But rice is a healthy option if you go with the brown rice. When it comes to fiber, millet is having 12.5 percentage of fiber when you talk about browntop millet, where never you can find it in rice. So I have seen many people who are getting healthy tears, happy tears in their eyes. They say, Kavitha ji, I have stopped my diabetic tablets. Every day they used to take, right? When they eat millet in the right way, it reverses your diseases. Where millets are fermented, any fermented drink, any fermented food will have a very good bacteria. So that good bacteria is in kodo mein hai, in millets. So that is helping people in reversing their diseases. You can mix ambali with your curries, with your dal, with your sambar, with your curd, anything. Those are all additives which increases your taste.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this super exciting episode of the Microbiome Superhero podcast, where we are bringing something very, very important, which is a very important aspect of millets. So I have here with me my co-host, Sujata Gokhale, who is also co-founder of our company, Arna Genext. Welcome, Sujata. So we are welcoming our very special guest today, as you know, Sujata, Kavitha Dev, who is founder of Millets, a company that is working on providing wonderful products that are millet based. And she is very popularly known as Millet Maa on social media. If you look at her Instagram followers, she has already helped thousands of people just by providing the right kind of protocols for how to eat millets, how to consume them, helping people reverse their chronic diseases. So we would like to hear more about how you got into this field of millets, what started you. So firstly, let us welcome Kavitha ji.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Yeah, we are all good.
Welcome
we would like to hear about how you got into this field of millets, what got you interested, and how you started on this journey of using millets to help people reverse their chronic diseases.
Actually, it's a very big story. Briefly, I would like to say I'm very passionate in farming. So that led me to enter into millet farming. Later, after millet farming, what to do with millets. Many people doesn't know how to use grains also. So I would like to introduce grains as well as the value addition of them to the public and introduce how millets help healing our diseases. I'm a follower of Dr. Khader sir. So from last 7 years, I'm into millets. So I have taken it as a challenge that I should make as many people reverse their diseases. So this is how many people know me as Millet Maa. So this became a main part to me right now, healing people with the food of millets. This is how I've got Immuno Millet.
This is really amazing.
Yes, amazing to take it up as a challenge to treat people. And so this leads us to an interesting question, Kavitha ma'am, where the question is, people talk about positive, negative and neutral millets. Do you want to say something on, how these millets have come into the picture, why they are classified into that kind of a category? What are the differentiators?
Yeah. As you said, they are classified into 3 parts. One is positive millets, neutral millets, and negative millets. So what are positive millets? There are 5 kinds of positive millets. which help you heal in your diseases, which help you reverse your diseases. They are positive millets. One, kodo millet, foxtail millet. Next comes the barnyard millet, browntop millet, and little millet. This gives you health as well as reverse your diseases. The second one comes is the neutral millets. They are neutral. By the name itself, you can understand they are neutral. They don't help you in a positive way to reverse your diseases. The next one is they don't harm you anytime. But they are the healthy options of food. In that category, we get bajra, that is pearl millet, ragi, and we get the jawar. And we have proso millet, and corn also comes into this category itself. The next comes your negative millets. The negative is not a millet, it is a grain. The rice and wheat especially comes into the negative category. Don't feel bad that I'm telling negative for rice and wheat, because it is our staple food till today. Many people, I used to eat rice and wheat before I came into millets. At that time, we don't know why millets are becoming more popular. Why are we telling rice and wheat as a negative? One thing, rice needs more water while growing. The second thing is they use more pesticides for you. The third thing, when it comes to your kitchen, it is 100% polished. So what is the nutritional value left in that? Which you are eating right now? The wheat is also the same thing. It is not our staple food. The British people have got us here. And we are addicted to that right now. But now we are not able to sustain it in our body, because our immunity is also getting lowered. So 100% everybody say it is not at all gluten-free. It is having full gluten. So that also comes into the negative form, negative grain.
Thank you so much, Kavitha ji, for giving that background on millets and telling us about what positive, negative, and neutral millets are. But if I go to ask about, unfortunately, all of our diet consists of the negative millets. If we think of rice, which is polished rice, or wheat. But if we think of whether rice is a negative millet because it is polished, because it has a heavy usage of fertilizers and pesticides, is that the reason why? If we move to unpolished rice, brown rice, red rice, would that be still considered negative? That is one thing. And wheat, is it because of the gluten content of wheat that it is considered a negative millet?
Yes, wheat is 100% you should avoid it in your plate because it is gluten. And the second one, you're talking about the brown rice. It is grown organically. That can be done. That is a healthy option for you. But when it comes to the millet cleans your gut system. The rice doesn't do that, but rice is a healthy option if you go with the brown rice.
Okay, I thought it was very important to clarify that point so that people are not confused when they are choosing rice versus millets. So as we know that millets are nutritionally very rich, and there are these positive millets that can actually enhance our health, neutral millets that help us maintain health. So what are the benefits of using millets? How are they, better for us in any way?
Actually, millet, when you compare with rice, there is fiber in a circular form in millets. But when it comes to rice, it is on the top of it, on the rice bran, what is called as. So that is completely, we are polishing it. That is why we are avoiding rice. But when you come to millet, it is having a fiber in a circular form where you can't even erase it, clean it. If it is the top layer is cleaned, but some fiber will be left in that. So that is very good for that. The fiber we are getting. The low GI, glycemic index in the millets, which we get, it is very important to us. When it comes to fiber, millet is having 12.5% of fiber when you talk about brown top millet, where never you can find it in rice. So the nutritional value when you compare, that is great in millets, so we should shift to millets.
No. So if we think about just the nutritional content, if we talk about the amount of protein, the amount of vitamins, minerals, whatever is it, are millets nutritionally richer than rice or rotis or wheat, if we consider that?
Yes. Yes, 100% they are more when compared to your rice and wheat.
And how is it
Full
that
calcium you have. Full calcium you have in a neutral millet called ragi.
Yes.
Do you think calcium is there in rice? Nor in wheat? Nothing.
Yes.
Do you think
Those are
vitamin B12 is there in rice and wheat? If we take millet in a probiotic drink called ambali, you get lump sum of B12, which is very rare. You get in many things.
So is it difficult to grow millets? What is the reason why we chose wheat and rice over millets in the past few decades? Because if we think of the Green Revolution, the growth of rice and wheat was highly encouraged and we left behind the traditional millets. So what are the other things that are impacted when we are growing millets or using millets? What are the other advantages rather that we can have?
As you said, Green Revolution, this is the only impact which is seen nowadays, before 60, 70 years. Because millets is our staple food before that. After this Green Revolution, they started giving seeds to the farmers. Each and every cycle, this seed should be given by the corporates. Then only the farmer is going to grow rice and wheat. But once upon a time, our seed is preserved by the farmer for the next season. But right now, we are not having those options because of this commercialization of agriculture. Agriculture भी बहुत बड़ा commercialization, आप जानते हो. When you come to your chemical, when you come to the fertilizers, the seed, everything is commercialized. That is the reason, only reason why millets faded up. But they came as a superfood to us. Let it be this 60, 70 years, maybe we have known the importance of millets. Now everybody are looking for a healthy options. So everybody are changing their food styles to millets. In this 60, 70 years, the practice we have done, the problems we have faced, everybody knowing that now we should get millet into our diet. Maybe this is one good thing happened to us, so that millet again came back to our plates as a superfood.
So here I would like to ask you, Kavitha ji, that 2018 was the National Millet Year for us. Yes. And then how did it transition to a International Millet Year in 2023, and why did that happen? What were the benefits that our government saw to promote it as an international year of millets?
Yeah, that's right. That's a great answer. Question, actually, that is a very good question, because everybody should know why millet is coming into our social media right now. You see, as you said, 2018 is a National Millet Year of India. After that 1920 COVID, what we have done? Nothing. It already, you know what happened to us. So now it is a government task that they should build a good immunity in our body. Where will they get from? If anything comes like COVID, we should bear ourselves. So the immunity is more in millets, especially kodo. Kodo is having a good nutritional value where you get the immunity booster through food itself. One thing. The second thing, water scarcity. It is becoming a very big task for the government. The third one, pollution. The fourth one, chemicalization of your farm, making the soil as a dead. These are the results which made the government make millet back again into our plates, because millet doesn't need more water for a farmer to grow. They don't need any chemical at all. They don't need any fertilizers at all. From the farmer side, this is a great opportunity. The second one is water scarcity. There's no problem in water scarcity. The third one is immunity, which we people are getting from millets. The fourth one is environment, which we are getting it very easily, cleaning it. So these are the reasons why UN has declared millets as International Millet 2023. And one more thing I would like to say, do you know how much water is needed to grow 1 kg of rice? 1 kg of rice, which you are buying and bringing it to your kitchen, it needs 9,000 liters of water.
Wow.
But when it comes to a millet, 1 kg of millet needs only 300 liters of water while growing. So see how much drastic change it is. How much water
Yes.
scarcity we are solving. These are
Yes,
more
and it's a
important.
global issue today, wherein
Global
the
issue
water
today.
scarcity is a global issue, and India itself is currently facing water scarcity in some parts of the country. So yes, it has really given that change for the environment as well. Like you said, clean up, giving us water conservation, and helping the farmers, and even the crops, that the millet crops are there, which are later used as fodder for the cattle. So in every way millet is beneficial. So now that is covered from the environmental part, and you talked about it as being superfood and positive. So how is it helping us reverse diseases? Because that's how it took its entry, building our immunity.
Yes.
And so it came in as a superfood. It came in as something that boosts our health. So how is it useful for us for the various diseases that we have? Can you quote some examples where this has happened and you have experienced it, or you have guided it, and how is the protocol to be followed?
Actually, in Raipur, I have seen many patients. Many people I'm not at all a doctor, but passionately I'm doing this work. So I have seen many people who are getting healthy tears, happy tears in their eyes. They say, Kavitha ji, I have stopped my diabetic tablets. Every day they used to take, right? So they should take complete lifetime. But that is stopped in a matter of only 3 months. When they eat millet in the right way, it reverses your diseases. So can I know from you people, what is the first disease which a human being is facing? The first one in your body. It's constipation.
Yes.
Is it right?
Yes.
Anybody?
Yes.
The starting is constipation. If your gut is clean, I don't think so we get any disease at all. We are free from everything, right? That gut system should be cleaned properly. That can be done through millets. If we prepare millets in the form of ambali, ambali is a probiotic drink which can be done with millets, where millets are fermented. Any fermented drink, any fermented food will have a very good bacteria. So that good bacteria is in kodo mein hai, in millets. So that is helping people in reversing their diseases. For example, if you talk about kodo, I told you it is helping in our immunity. It cleans our blood vessels. How can food clean your gut, clean your blood vessel? That you can feel practically. Do it practically. Put it in the ambali form. Kodo is having a very more fiber. That fiber cleans your outer part of your blood cells and cleans your dust, and it sends your dust out of your body, out of that organ. For example, respiratory. For example, reproduction organs, lungs, liver. Each and every millet, they have their own importance in that. For example, little millet. It will help in cleaning our reproductive organs. It does nothing. It cleans your reproductive organs through its fibrous nature. It will mix with the food and it throws away the bad content from your reproductive organs. This is how millets help us, the positive millets especially, they help us cleaning one and all the organs in our body. Then it reverses your diseases.
Thank you, Kavitha ji. That was wonderful how you explained each millet and how they help. They are organ specific as well. That is very interesting to know because people just knew about having millets. But can we only consume one millet continuously, or should a protocol be followed if we have a particular, case? Somebody has a diabetes or someone has a thyroid problem. So should they have only one type of millet, or whether it should be a combination of millets?
Actually, the 5 positive millets, they should consume in a healthy way if they want to change. Every 2 days, you should shift 1 millet. All the 3 times a day, you should have millet in your diet. For example, if we take kodo, 2 days continuously, you should take kodo. And the next 2 days, 3rd and 4th day, followed by the second millet. 5th and 6th followed by the 3rd millet. Like that, it is a protocol of 10 days. Again, the 11th day, you should start with your recycle. Again, the same positive millet. Why? Because when you mix all millets and eat, for example, if you eat 100 grams for your lunch, if you mix all millets, each will be 20 grams. So do you think at least it will clean? If you mix all millets, each will be 20 grams. So do you think at least it will clean one organ? It will clean the dust in your organ? It doesn't clean. So it needs certain time to adjust, digest everything. So you need 2 days, 1 millet. That is the best way of taking.
Okay.
The next is soaking millets and taking them in your diet as ambali is the proper way of reversing your diseases. The third thing is that when you follow in a diet in reversing your diseases, you should take millets in ambali form, and you should not take rice, wheat, milk, maida and sugar. These 5 things you should stop taking it. The sugar, no need of me explaining anything about it. It is zero for us. It is not at all helpful for our body. Coming to milk. Milk is a good option for calcium, but nowadays the milk is coming lots. We need more milk now. That is coming through hormonal injections given to the cows. If they are facing a hormonal problems, that is entering in our body. That is the reason nowadays we are getting many problems. I have seen somebody whose age is 67. I'm talking about 5 to 6 days before program. She is very healthy. She didn't even get what is a sugar, BP, weight. She is again 57. Everything is clear to her. But she is facing a lung cancer. Why so? There is no hereditary. There is nobody in their families. But she has got lung cancer. She told me that she is a Brahma Kumari. She wakes by 3:30 in the morning, do all the meditation and sleep by night 8 o'clock. Why are they getting it? Due to the environment changes. The milk, the environment pollution. Maybe it is some problem in our body, but the environment is also playing a major role in our health issues right now. So we should be very much aware what we are eating. We should heal ourselves through food itself. Nobody can help us. We are the people who should do for ourselves.
Wonderful, that one, that message that you have given, that food is our, medicine, and we should heal ourselves. It's really, really great, the information that you have given us, or the thought is really, really touching. One other question is, Kavitha ji, people generally mix up these millet flours, So is it okay to mix up? I have
No.
seen so many companies, selling those multi-grain millet attas and things like that. Everything is there in that. All the millets are there, the grains are there, everything that you can think of. So is it an healthy option to have that kind of an atta, or if not, why?
You can't take a multi-millet atta, nor a multi-grain anything. Why? Because I told you just before, all positive millets, they interact, they don't know what to do. Just give them the chance to act in your body. So I'm giving a good example to the manufacturers, not to the company people. I'm giving a very good tip to them. Include neutral millets to that in whichever proportion you need,
Okay.
but don't involve more positive millets to it. One positive millet followed by different neutral millets. That will help anybody, because the company people are mixing different millets because they don't have the binding agent. That is the only reason they are mixing, according to me. So mix all neutral millets
Yes.
to that. Ragi, bajra, jawar, proso, corn. You can mix in any proportion, but mix only one positive millet to that. That can be done. This was suggested by Dr. Khader Vali sir itself. Multi-millet, while the customer is taking, just go through the ingredients which is added to that. If more neutral millets are added, no problem. Because neutral millet helps our body. It is for our health itself, not to heal our body. It is a healthy option of food. So you can add it. This is a good option. I think so. Manufacturers are getting
Thank
from
you.
me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavitha ma'am. Thank you so
So,
much.
yeah, we also wanted to know that when you said that it is important to soak the millets, there are, as we know, some anti-nutrients. So what is the right protocol of soaking? Because people just soak for a few minutes maybe, or use them directly, that, oh, we are using millets, but they use it directly. So what is the right way of actually using these millets?
Yeah. If you want to use grains, you should soak it for 6 to 8 hours. Clean it 1 to 2 times. Third time is also not necessary. The grain itself, they have their own color. It is a dark color. So don't think that this is mud or something dust. No. Just 2 times cleaning is enough for any grain of millet. Then soak it for 6 to 8 hours. Then use it. If you want to use it in your lunch as white rice substitute, put it 3 times water. If you're going for an open vessel cooking. And if you go for a cooker, then add 1 to 2 times of water. But without soaking, please don't use millets, because millet needs more water. In soaking, the water, how much it needs, it will take its side. Then it is not at all a problem to you. Many people, they say they are getting bloating problem. They are getting constipation problem when they eat millet. This is the reason. They don't know what they are doing wrong, but the blame comes to the millet. If you soak it and use, you don't get a problem. The gas, everybody says these are the things, gastric problems and all. This is the only answer to them. If they want to use grain, 6 to 8 hours. If they want to use millet in the rava form, they should soak for 4 hours. If they want to use it in the flour, atta form, they should soak it for 2 hours. If I tell soak it for 2 hours, many people say, ma'am, how can we soak powder? It will be grainy later on. No, you bind it with water for your batter, for a roti and all. Just leave it like that, covering with a damp cloth for 2 hours. That is more than enough. This is the way you should use millet.
Here I would like to just ask one small question. There is a lot of confusion about whether to throw the water after soaking or whether to cook the millets in the same water. What do you suggest, Kavitha ma'am?
You should use the soaked water in your food because the nutritional value left in the water will be used by you. It is a great option if you use it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kavitha ma'am. Those were some really wonderful tips about what millets are, which millets we should use, how we should consume them, and how we need to soak them before we use in order to keep ourselves healthy, because there are also anti-nutrients that are removed when we soak the millets. And they are great for the gut microbiome because of the amount of fiber they have. If we also think about the amount of protein millets have, and people are always thinking about how to add protein to their meals. And wheat and rice do not give that much protein at all. So just making that switch to millets instead of wheat and rice is going to improve the protein content of the entire meal. So that is one more reason. And in addition, the bonus of different vitamins, minerals in millets. So, and they are pest resistant on their own. So there won't be any fertilizers or pesticides to really think of. So those were some really valuable insights that you gave about millets. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Kavitha.
Kavitha ji, that was an interesting discussion about the millets and their disease. But I'm still a little bit curious, I want to know, we talked about millets being organ specific, but then if we have certain diseases, so do we have, specific millets for those diseases that we need to start with, or is the protocol same for all the diseases?
No, the protocol is different for different problems. For example, if they are facing any thyroid problem, for the thyroid problem, you should take little millet for 3 days continuously. And the remaining 4 days, 4 positive millets. I'll make it more specific. First 3 days, little millet to be taken. 4th day, foxtail. 5th day, barnyard. 6th day, browntop. And the 7th day is kodo. Again, the cycle reverses. Again, you should follow the same thing, right? But you should take it in an umbali form.
Okay.
We take 3 times a day the food, but if we shift to 2 times of food, that will be very great. If we shift 1 time of food, that is 100% proper way of taking food. Now, I too don't follow 1 day or 1 meal a day. I follow 2 meals a day. So we should shift to that way. This is how everybody says. So take millets in the umbali form 2 times a day or 3 times a day. This is how they do.
Thank you. Another, again, like now we are having so many cases of diabetes being, I think we are now having it almost in a pandemic form. So the protocol will be different for that from the thyroid, isn't it?
Yes, yes. The diabetes protocol will be 2 days, 1 millet. The first 2 days should be your kodo. For example, kodo I am telling, any positive millet you can start with. 3rd and the 4th day followed by foxtail. 5th and 6th followed by the browntop. 7th and 8th with the barnyard. 9th and 10th with the little millet. And I have seen many people reversing their thyroid, reversing their diabetes in a matter of 3 months itself. The age matters there. How many years are you facing this problem? And how properly are you maintaining this diet? These 3 things matters a lot. From 3 months till 6 months, if you follow properly, certainly you will reverse. You can feel the changes from the day 10 itself. From the one protocol cycle itself, you can feel some change in your body itself. There is no proof like on paper, but आप खुद face करेंगे. The real sense, it will be in your body itself. You're the person practically whom we ask for. That is for diabetes.
No, and results, you're saying you have seen the results, right? You have seen it happening to people around you whom you have recommended these diets. So do you think even cancer can be involved in this, included in this kind of disease reversing,
Certainly,
protocols?
that can be reversed, but it's a little bit tedious one. Like a
Mm-hmm.
yajna, they should do their work through food if they want to change themselves. I told you an example for a lung cancer lady.
Mm-hmm.
They told that she needs a what's chemos,
Mm-hmm.
but now she didn't go for a chemo. She is with her target therapy with 2 tablets a day, one in the
Okay.
morning, other in the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell who is she later on, and I'm
Okay.
giving her the millet diet itself with
Okay.
vegetables, fruits, and the dals. This should be a proper diet. Only 2 times she eats. She wakes by 3:30. She sleeps by 8:30. Properly, time to time, she's maintaining everything. There will no like they'll say that they have some reactions. She doesn't have any reactions. Only one reaction she is having. There is water stucking in her legs. The doctor said this is a very simple way. This is a very simple problem which you are facing. And she's
Okay.
none other than my mother.
Oh, so
She's
very
none other
close
than
to
my
your
mother.
heart. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
very
I
close to.
every 15 days go to Hyderabad, check
Okay.
up, see whether she's having proper diet or not. Stay for 4 to 5 days. I'll come back. I'm literally
Okay.
I'm explaining because she's my mother,
Yes, yes,
right? I'm
yes.
giving her also the same diet.
Mm.
Now you can understand why millet is a miracle to us. Miracle
Yes.
change in our food.
Yes, Kavitha ma'am. I mean, hearing you, you have motivated and inspired us that we should actually move on to the millet diet for better lives, better health. And one another short question here is, when we are following this umbilic diet or when we are following this millet diet, do you think we need to, have certain patya, what we say, patya in the sense, something that we should not have along
Restrictions.
with the
Yeah. No,
restrictions?
nothing
Yes.
like that. Nothing like that. Ambali can be taken in any form you want.
Okay.
You can mix ambali with
Okay.
your curries, with your dal, with your sambar, with your curd, anything. Those are all additives which
Okay.
increases your taste. Millet itself doesn't have any taste for that. So adding taste
Mhm.
will make you take it easily. This is how we should take. For
Okay.
example, if you talk about my family, I'm giving example of my family itself. Why? Because practically if I give you my example, then everybody will understand. Me, my husband, we both use
Yes.
millets. From last 4 years, we are into millets. We don't have any problems. But for a healthy option, we are using positive millets itself. Morning breakfast, we have 1 liter of millet ambali. 1 liter, literally we'll put it on the
Okay.
table. Along with that, we take some sprouted, boiled, nuts and all, like rajma, like chana, like a green moong. We'll sprout it and we'll boil it. And we add few vegetables, raw vegetables to that. Some lemon juice, some salt. This is our breakfast. 1 bowl of all these things and 1 liter of ambali. It is our
Oh,
breakfast as well as lunch also. By 3 or 4, again we'll go with the lunch. Maybe it is dinner to us. It will be very heavy for us. That is again with millet. 2 to 3 varieties of vegetables we take. We take dal, we take curd. No, that's enough for us. This is how we take 2 days a meal. I'm very much healthy. I don't have any problems, nor my husband. but don't talk about my children. They are very, now it's yet to come into millet. They should shift to millet. It's my target now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have set us a role model. I think we should be following that. Yes. Thank you, Kavitha ji. Thank you so much for sharing all this information. Really valuable information, and valuable to all those people who are listening, who want to, reverse certain conditions, chronic conditions that they have, and also, information for those people who want to stay on their healthy lifestyle, healthier side of their lifestyle if they are already on one. So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kavita ji, for this wonderful information.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. When we say food is the first medicine that we should have, we must have heard it many, many times, right? But this is what it really means. When we think about what people who are farmers, what actually happens on ground, it does not need any kind of scientific explanation. Yes, we can have all of that, but this is just a way of living. This is what the ancient way of living in India was, with our ancient treasures, that is millets. We saw this wonderful podcast, got all of the information from Kavitha Dev, who is a farmer. This is how food is used as medicine. If we just have the right knowledge of how to use our food, it gives us so many different health benefits. We always look at this in terms of the microbiome. We at Arna Gen Next are focusing on improving gut health through the diversity of the gut microbiome. Now, let us break it down into what actually happens when we consume millets. What are the things that happen to the microbiome? If we just think about the component that is fiber, millets are very, very high in fiber. The quality of fiber that is present in millets is very superior. So if we compare that to rice or to wheat that most people are consuming on a daily basis, the amount of fiber is very high, the quality is very good. And when we have this diversity of fiber coming from different types of positive millets or even the neutral millets, it is going to improve not just the diversity of the microbiome, because it needs a diverse diet, but it also improves the production of short chain fatty acids. It also keeps the intestinal health in very good shape, because that's what we need for a good intestinal barrier. So it prevents leaky gut, it prevents a lot of chronic diseases by just consuming the right kind of fiber, and that too, the diversity of it. If we think about the amount of protein that we are going to get through millets, everybody is struggling with getting enough protein in their diets. So isn't this a very good way of adding protein by just switching to millets? The third thing that we can think of is the health benefits, because millets are nutritionally very rich. They have a very wide array of vitamins and minerals. If we think of ragi, for example, it is very high in calcium. There are many other micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals in all of these millets. So when we consume those, our organs are automatically going to be a lot healthier, because they are receiving the vitamins and minerals that they need, which we would normally not get from the nutritionally kind of inferior, if I must say, rice and wheat. The other aspect is that they are also gluten free. People who have a gluten insensitivity can easily consume millets. The right way of consuming millets was already spoken about by Kavita ji, that is by soaking them prior to eating to remove the anti-nutrients and to make them a lot more digestible. We have seen that in the previous podcasts with Shweta Shivakumar and with Sujata Gokhale as to how these millets need to be processed properly, because plants are trying to prevent us from absorbing nutrients, and there are techniques where we can improve this absorption. Soaking is one thing, fermenting is another thing. We'll cover that in our next podcast. But these were some very important things where we can actually use food as medicine to prevent a lot of chronic diseases, to even treat a lot of diseases by giving our gut the right kind of nutrition. So do focus on gut health. Do let us know what you thought about this podcast. If you want any of the references about the nutritional content or anything else, we would be very happy to provide. Let us know in the comments box.